Good evening and welcome once more to our little thing that we do.
Oh, our new campaign. Welcome to Betrayal in Brightspear. Very exciting. Our first session of this one right here. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Luke. I'm going to be your GM for the evening. We are going to be playing Warhammer Age of Sigmar Soulbound Betrayal in Brightspear. If you haven't already seen it, we did a playthrough of Faltering Light, which is the introduction campaign, or introduction adventure, I should say, for the Soulbound role-playing game. A few notices before we start off. This is a fan game and is in no way officially affiliated with Cubicle 7 or with Games Workshop. So before we begin and kick off, we can go around the room, and if everyone wants to introduce themselves, not your characters just yet. There'll be a time and place for that. Don't you worry about it. Yeah. So we should go first off on my left, I think, or that side. We've got Toki.
Hello, my name's Toki, you know me. This is me not introducing my character. I'll be streaming a lot this week and next week because I've been invited to a closed beta for a new MMO that's coming out next May, which I'm really hyped for. So yeah, stay tuned this week. That's me.
Excellent. Sophie?
Oh, hello. Sorry, I didn't know who was next. Yeah, I'm Sophie. I don't have anything I'm currently doing, apart from enjoying autumn because I dislike hot weather, and I'm enjoying that it's nice and chilly now.
Very much same.
Me, yeah, same, obviously. Enjoying autumn too. Autumn's good.
I'm glad we've
Emma?
established this.
It's the best season.
I'm Emma. I use she/her pronouns. I am a fan of autumn, but it is only my third favourite season because I just like hot weather and sun, and seasonal affective disorder is gross.
Being allergic to the sun is gross. I'm literally
Sorry.
allergic to the sun. Actually, it's a problem.
Well, at least there's one that we
very
can all laugh at.
seasonal that Sophie is outing herself as a vampire.
Yeah.
Which is I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thank you. It means a lot.
You know it's legit as well because it's not Halloween anymore.
That's really got me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I make D&D content on TikTok now, and it's going pretty well. The last couple of videos have had just over 1,000 views, so I'm like riding that endorphin rush.
Nice.
Yeah. What's your TikTok name? Handle thing.
Hang on. I can never remember.
Post a link in chat.
It's Emma.Underwood.
Okay,
Emma.Underwood. The last video I made was the Harry Potter video, so do with that what you will. I am a trans woman, so I am allowed. It is legal for me to do that. You can't if you're sorry.
That's fair. That's very fair. Great, and finally we've got Adrianna.
Hi, I'm Adrianna. I'm on the same team as Emma. I like hot weather. That's it from me. Let's get playing.
Let's go for it. Cool. So, let us begin without further ado. Brightspear is a city built on ancient bones. The newest city of Sigmar stands atop what was once an ancient Agloraxian citadel and has recently been reclaimed from the foul forces of the Chaos God Tzeentch. 1 month ago, a group of soulbound adventurers delved into the Undercity beneath Brightspear and discovered a terrible secret. The gate that links Brightspear to every other realm in existence is powered by ancient necrotic magic. Thousands of souls are spent to power the realm gate, offerings made long ago to gods long since forgotten. Knowing of the realm gate's power, the master of the Collegiate Arcanum, Cadiz Ahmad, sought to use the newly activated realm gate to open a portal to the realm of chaos. She almost succeeded, and only the heroic actions of our binding were able to stop a greater demon from entering the city.
Hell yeah.
Now, well done. That was last month even. Now, now the realm gate is secure and being used every day to bring people and supplies from across the realms into the heart of the city. And yet, the business of this particular binding is only just beginning. So, it has been 1 month in game time and also in real life, maybe slightly longer in real life. What have your characters been getting up to in the city? So we have got a couple of different there are a couple of different endeavors that you can take part in. So these are like activities that your characters can do. If you've had a chance to look over them, that's all good. If not, then we can talk about it right now. Who would like to go first? Anyone got any thoughts? What have people been up to?
Anyone?
I will go if nobody else. So
Go on.
Raz, I think, was pretty exhausted after her close encounter of the third kind, I guess. The kind being changer of ways. She's pretty spent, and I think she needed to take some time to kind of reflect. So Raz has been recuperating over the last month or so. She doesn't have many friends in the city, I don't think. It's not like she has lots and lots of people that she can kind of surround herself with. But she just sees that as an opportunity to make new friends. So has been going out to bars and pubs and inns and taverns and enjoying all of the merriment and frivolity that Brightspear has to offer, and just sort of soaking in the fact that she is still there and that the city is still there.
Excellent. Now, I think so. Two things. One is that as you are, as you've been exploring throughout the city and kind of enjoying yourself and stuff like that, you've been noticing people have you've become a bit of a minor celebrity. I think people now know of you. There are sort of people that sometimes like spy you across the bar and like gossip to each other. You try and kind of play it cool, I imagine. What is your response to this newfound celebrity?
I mean, inside she's like, "Oh fuck yes, finally the recognition I deserve." But on the outside, she very much is just like trying to be a bit suave, like a bit like, not that like she's above it all, because I think she wants to indulge in it a little bit and she doesn't want to dissuade people from paying her attention, but she definitely is on like the lovely to meet such adoring fans as usual. That sort of response.
Excellent. Okay. So another thing I want to mention is that obviously Raz like looked into the realm of chaos. And literally went toe to toe with a greater demon of Tzeentch. I feel like she's probably having like, I don't know what, dreams or nightmares or some almost like PTSD type stuff. It feels like it's quite a traumatic thing for a mortal to witness.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair analysis. I think. Yeah, I think she does have that sort of slight, and I think part of the reason that she's been indulging so much is to kind of is as escapism, is as a way of kind of like, well, if I keep myself busy all the time, I can't think about what I saw, I can't think about what nearly happened.
Yeah, I think that probably makes sense. Before we move on to the next, so that's the recuperate feat, which means your binding will restore 1 soul fire as well, which is really, really good. Which will be handy. I think we have like 2 or 3 left. So that's quite cool. I'll get that added too. I noticed we've got some technical issues, so should we have a very quick break to sort of pause and get those technical issues sorted out, and we'll come back to it in a second. Is that okay? Sorry to do that so early in the stream.
Sorry.
Needs must.
It's determined to not work. My bad. Sorry, guys. Right, I'm going to have to do some of this on stream. Apologies for just how professional this all is.
But we are back, and we have already explored. So unfortunately, Adrianna has had to drop out tonight, but we'll be carrying on just a sort of shorter session, so we can sort of get back into the rhythm of playing the game. We've already talked about how Raz has taken some recuperating, generally going around enjoying the city a little bit and becoming a minor celebrity. It also means the binding is restored 1 soul fire. I wouldn't say you used 4 soul fire in the last session. Does that sound about right?
That does sound about right.
We can do like a joint page somewhere, but I have not got one set up yet. So I'm going to say that recovers you back to 1 soul fire, which is good. Namys, what has Namys been up to?
I think that the last time that Namys was kind of in the city regularly, or not even in the city regularly, just interacting, she was the head of I forgot what they called the groups of witches.
Coven.
There you go, Coven. And so she was in a very different situation to how it is now. So I think that she's been spending time kind of relearning the city, and maybe kind of stay like lying low socially. So socially, she's trying to put out the image that she's maybe like licking her wounds or something, you know, like not that she's just kind of like disappeared completely, but actually she's been kind of slowly relearning and re-meeting old people and that kind of thing.
Excellent. While you're out there, could you give me a awareness mind check, please? A 4-2.
Yes. Oh gosh. Sorry. 20. My box has gone. There we go. What was it?
Awareness mind 4-2.
Hang on. Do I have any? Oh yes, that is a success. Just because I have a point of focus.
I should also say, as we haven't been doing it as we go along, Namys is on the left over here, and Raz is in the sort of on the right hand side right here. So I think Raz probably wouldn't have noticed this because Raz was too busy enjoying it. You hear specific whispers about you when you walk in and around places. Specifically, you hear someone say, "Is that her? Oh my gosh, that's the Lady of Whispers. Oh my gosh."
Wow. But when I'm walking around, I hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't react. I just make a note. Do I know who they are? Do I
Nope,
recognize them?
just random people.
Okay. I'm happy with this. I just think I continue about my business. And I think that Namys is okay with creating a little bit of a stir ever so often, but she doesn't want to be like, I'm back in the city sort of thing. Okay.
Excellent. And finally, wait, did you have a particular endeavor that you were doing, or let me see what would fit? There is like a networking one, I think.
Connections, I think it is.
Or contacts?
Contacts, that's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I think that's focusing on one, maybe meeting a person.
Mm-hmm. So is there a particular contact that you want to invent for the purpose of this? We can do Dendrhael and come back to you if you want.
Yeah, I'll have a think. A think.
Cool. Excellent. So, next up we have got Dendrhael, Sylvaneth Kurnoth Hunter.
Hello. Yeah, so Dendrhael is not a massive city type, as I'm sure you're aware, it being mostly tree. with Brightspear, am I right in thinking that it's a sort of a desert city with sort of rocky peninsulas and stuff around it? And...
It's a bit Las Vegas-y in that it's surrounded on all sides by vast deserts.
That's right.
There is like a coast on the sort of western side, but for the most part, it's surrounded by deserts, which made it quite inhospitable up until the point that it's been reopened with these new realm gates.
Okay. Well, Dendrhael's going to spend some time out in the wilderness, hunting with his little friend, who still has not been named.
No, not yet. So, do you want to do this as a trained companion?
Yes, I do.
Excellent. So you train your companion as an extended test using Soul Beast Handling. Don't know if you've
I'm excellent at that. I will, however, have previously spent some degree of time, because I am a Sylvaneth. I can once a day switch around a training into a particular skill.
Yeah.
During this, I'd have probably spent some time and put it into beast handling. Because that's what I'm doing and focusing myself on at the moment.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Definitely not measuring it to try and give myself more than one.
So over the course of we'll say over the course of this, you get 3 tests. So you can roll 3 times, with a difficulty of. So would you like to gain training or focus in a new skill, increase the training or focus of a skill they already have, or so you go from 1 to 2 or going from 2 to 3 is the question. I actually don't have the stats for your
I do somewhere. Bear with me 1 second. I do have the stats. I saved them somewhere. And I have so many things everywhere. Here we go. Quibbling. Perfect. From 1 to 2 or 2 to 3, you say?
Basically, yeah. So it's a different check if you're training them in a completely new skill, or if you want to increase their existing skill more.
I see. Okay. I would like to increase their stealth from 2 to 3.
From 2 to 3. So that's going to be so it's a DN 410 check. So basically, it's Soul Beast Handling. You've got to get 4s. You've got 3 attempts to get 10, but you can come back and carry on with this later on. So if we do another quest and you want to do another endeavor, just record how many successes you've had.
Okay.
So you get 4 or 5, then you can do that way.
This is definitely possible with my stats. I think the most I can get is 6.
Okay.
So, here we go. First one is hiding. Okay. Target DN is 4. Go. 1 success.
1 success.
Here we go. 2 successes.
3 total. Not bad.
5 out of 6 is not bad.
Yeah. So
I will take it.
So now make a note somewhere that you've done 5 successes towards train companion, and tell us all what it looks like. How are you training your quibbling?
Oh, it's very much like an 80s montage. We are running with him on my back, and then he's running alongside me, and then we're climbing up like rocky walls and stuff. And I'm hiding up a tree, and he's pouncing on like this little lizardy thing. And yeah,
so cute.
It's very much Yoda Dagobah kind of situation, except I'm like 10 feet tall, and he is an enormous praying mantis.
And as you make your way back into the city after you've done this, obviously keeping kind of as inconspicuous as a giant tree man can. You notice there is a parent and child, and when they see you coming, they kind of stop in fright and then like shuffle and move out of the way. You're definitely imposing a degree of fear among everyone that seems to be here.
Dendrhael's going to think that's probably a good thing, just because Dendrhael tends to attract danger around him. Like, no matter where he goes, he always ends up in a group of people that always ends up somehow in a fight. It's probably for the best that this young family is scarpered, because who knows, some rat kin could just jump out at any moment and attack him, because it's not as though it's not happened before.
Well, definitely. So, you've all had a bit of time to yourself, and you're brought back together for a meeting. This time, you're meeting with Heinrich Duquesne. So you're back in your quarters. So you're still residing in the ambassador's quarters, which is kind of in this spire on the upper tier, essentially. The ambassador's quarters, very very luxurious, very extravagant, and things like that. And you're brought back into this area. And you is this the first time you've seen each other? Probably in a month, or have you kept in touch, or just passing by, or how have you interacted at all in this last month?
I like to think that Dendrhael would have met up with Namys a couple of times for a drink, but it probably wouldn't have been anything enormously social because neither of us are.
Yeah, I don't think that Namys would have for a way to hang out with rats.
I think,
Tidemaster.
and I don't want to speak for Adrianna here, but I definitely think that Raz and Tidemaster would have gone on some pretty debaucherous nights out following.
Definitely.
And I almost can, with absolute certainty, guarantee that at some point, either like midway through or at the beginning of a night out, tried to get Dendrhael and Namys to come out as well.
Yeah.
I've got funny.
No luck whatsoever.
I've got a feeling that Dendrhael would have gone with you just to see what would happen, and it would have been like 10 minutes before he just nope.
Yeah.
And then you come back to Namys's, we have some wine, we talk about how ridiculous they are. Yeah. It's a very nice evening for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoys themselves separately.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Excellent. I like that a lot. Well, you are brought back together, and Heinrich Duquesne is there. Let me see if I can find the handout for Heinrich Duquesne. You'll remember he is a witch hunter, part of the Order of Azir, which is sort of like Sigmar's secret police force, essentially. And he invites you all inside and says, "Greetings. Have you been well?"
What time of day is this happening?
This is morning, I think.
Raz is hungover.
I think Namys goes, some of us have been more well than others.
Well, I see you've been enjoying your newfound freedom among Brightspear. That's good.
And Raz looks over at Namys and sort of like rubs her head and says, "Look, sometimes wellness is just concentrated in small areas, mainly between the hours of 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. And sometimes that comes at the sacrifice of the rest of the wellness. So I'm very well. Is
wise
what I'm
words.
And Raz turns around and grabs the nearest bucket or bin or whatever and immediately hurls into it.
As you were saying that, Dendrhael was pretty certain you were going to say that good times are sort of condensed down into the sort of the size of a wine glass.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I've some good news, and some news that you might not find quite so appealing. When you approached us, when we approached you to become Soulbound, we promised you the name of your betrayer, and I'm happy to tell you that I have discovered it. I have found the name of the person who has been linked to each of you. They are a Cainite Dark Elf Hag Priestess named Maldroneth. My spies have told me that Namys, she is the one that authorized your downfall. She had extensive ties to the slave routes to the north, And it seems, Raz, that the ship that you commandeered was one of hers. She had reason to keep you under wraps, so to speak. I've also been able to trace payments that mark Maldroneth's fingerprints, so to speak, leading to you, Dendrhael, targeting you to eliminate Namys. Now, we have this name, Maldroneth, but unfortunately, her current location is unknown to us. We don't know where she is.
Dendrhael's going to sort of cross the room, pour himself like a little glass of water, and try and settle down awkwardly on a chair that is far, far too small for him. And
sorry, no, you go.
No, go on. No, go on.
I was going to say, do I know Maldroneth?
No, it's not a name that you recognise.
Interesting. Okay, I'm more intrigued.
Dendrhael has spent a lot of time in the past tracking people down, and he's done far, far more with far, far less. But Dark Elf High Priestess is a combination of words that he doesn't really want to tangle with immediately. And instead, he asks the group which realm would be the most likely to find any Dark Elf, let alone the one we're looking for. It's probably not going to be the elemental plane of fire. What I'm saying is, can we use the gate that we've just opened to find...
Yeah. So, out of character. Namys, my power comes from the grey. It's grey is the... I don't know what it's called.
I think it's Ulgu. The Dark Elf realm is Ulgu, I believe.
Yeah, so the hag priestesses, I presume, will be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well then, Ulgu.
Huh.
So let me just straighten things out in my slightly foggy brain. This hag priestess, yes, powerful, right?
Certainly.
Not to be tangled with lightly.
No.
They're crazy. They're from the cult. They're nothing. They're not, clever.
They're clearly not nothing. They've done a great deal already to harm us.
I think they got lucky.
We do not currently believe that Maldroneth is within Brightspear City, but there is potential that she will return. It seems unlikely that she would make such preparations when, in fact, there is no reason to leave the city if it is under her control, so to speak.
So
we do have a couple of suggestions of places that we may be able to find some answers. One you are not going to be super happy about. The Arcane Council, ruled over previously by Cadiz Ahmad, is a council of wizards that know a great deal about the machinations of the city. It's possible that they might know something of Maldroneth, although given your... he looks over at Raz. Given your previous engagements with Cadiz Ahmad and how you in fact killed her, I'm not entirely sure how comfortable they will be with offering you support, but you are welcome to try. The other is the Dean of Domini University. They have researchers and knowledge from a vast variety of areas. The university also contains the records and city archives, so there's potential that the name Maldroneth may appear in their records too.
Sorry if I have mixed something up in my brain, and it has been known to happen, but is the council not pleased that we thwarted the efforts to bring chaos into the city? Have I misread the situation here?
So, you can tell that Duquesne looks visibly uncomfortable as he says, "We did not want it to be known that Cadiz Ahmad, one of the high council members of the city, had turned to chaos. So, really, we put out the message that she was killed attempting to stop the greater demon of Zeech into the city. There may have been those within the Arcane Council who believe that that is true, and there are others that believe it is false.
Why do they believe that we are the ones that killed her?
Well, Raz did kill her.
We're not denying that, but by the logic of your own narrative that has been woven here, she perished fighting the hordes of chaos. Not at our hand.
Why have you thrown us under the carriage? I realised the bus wouldn't make any sense.
It's fine.
Fantasy bus.
Yes.
You must understand that we are at war here with the forces of chaos, and everything could be used against us. If the general population discovered that one of the senior members of the council was tainted by chaos so much that we came a hair's breadth between having the city invaded by the forces of Zinch, then the effect on morale would be devastating. We did not say that you were the ones that killed Cadiz Ahmad. We only said that Cadiz Ahmad was able to give their life to the cause. Now, in answer to your question, Dendrhael, there is one very obvious way that they would interpret that we were lying, and that's if they already knew that Cadiz Ahmad was working for Zinch. It is possible, therefore, that the entire of the Arcane Council is also in the employ of Zinch.
Now that is a statement.
Yeah.
Is anything being done about this idea that the council might be at least under the control of Zinch, if not actively working for him?
We are undertaking our own investigations, but our resources are spread somewhat thin. There have been some other instances within the city that I also meant to talk to you about.
Well, now is as good a time as any.
This is an awkward subject, but...
More awkward than us apparently being thrown under the carriage?
Quite. What is your perception of satire, of plays and performances that ridicule the ruling classes?
They're great.
Dendrhael has no idea what you're talking about.
There are
a useful political tool.
Depends on how hot the actors are.
Well, I am glad that you are all, well, for the most part, content with this arrangement, because, unfortunately, the four of you are in a play. There has been a play written, which is disparaging the governance of the Stormcast Eternals, and he pulls out a pamphlet and places it down in front of you, and you see a cast of characters, which includes, among others, a Namys, who is being portrayed as the Weaver of Lies, Dendrhael, who's been depicted as a brutal assassin, and Raz as a sort of scallywag, drunken pirate thief that's always staggering around, with Tidemaster as a cruel torturer. And
They totally fucked up my nose. That is not...
Dendrhael still has no idea what the hell this is. Like, this is a very poor rendering of me.
I love that you just say that. I thought this is just not me.
now, there is an additional problem. This play ridicules the Stormcast Eternals. It ridicules Sigmar's rule over the city. It also ridicules all of you. And unfortunately, one of the group performing it has been murdered. There are suspicions being spread partly by those organizing the play that this murder is an attempt to silence the performers.
Namys looks murderous.
Dendrhael.
It seems to me that you were quite prominently in favor of this sort of performance.
I
so
was when it was used by me.
Raz is laughing in just cackling.
Dendrhael still has no proper idea what's going on. He's just like, they attempt to humiliate me with words. That
I will give them something to mock.
Why would
that
they?
Doesn't make sense.
Why would they think that would affect me? I don't understand.
The problem here is that these accusations that the Lord Celestant is involved with the murder of an individual to quieten them from performing a play is disastrous. This is not the sort of thing that can be allowed to continue.
You're asking us to investigate the death of an actor.
Look at it from our point of view.
Oh.
If we can confirm that the Stormcast Eternals were not involved in this crime, then we are doing a great morale boost for the city, and you would be showing everyone that you yourselves were not responsible for the murders. There are those people do not understand. You must understand that some of the people within the city find it difficult to distinguish between reality and fiction. And when they have got fiction presented to them, many of them already believe that the Mistress of Whispers has put a hit out on these troubadours, and that it was their assassin, the woodsman, that came and cut them down like they were shafts of wheat.
And what if we can't prove that it was the Stormcast Eternals? Or can't prove that it wasn't the Stormcast Eternals, rather? What if
Are
it
you
was
suggesting that a Stormcast Eternal may have done this? One of Sigmar's chosen would have stooped so low.
I have as much knowledge on this situation as you've given us. I'm not making any accusations, but I feel like if we run into this situation trying to disprove something without looking at what's happened, then we, as Sigmar's most devoted children, as I'm sure you will agree, are doing him a disservice, are we not? If one of his chosen has fallen, surely it is our duty to bring them to justice.
I would agree. If in your travels you determine that yes, it is in fact a Stormcast Eternal that has done this, then they will be held to account.
Dendrhael's still looking at the pamphlet, and he's going to turn to the group and just say, so one of these has been killed.
That's a good point. Which actor has been killed?
It's the writer.
Not one of the actors.
I don't remember a writer being involved in any of art. Did any of you see fucking Fantasy Shakespeare coming with us to take down the Lord? I don't remember that at all.
So the character, he does not play a character. He's the one that wrote the play. It's the person that wrote it. But the other members of the troubadour, the troupe, so to speak, believe that they might be next on the list. There are, of course, 4 of them, as you might expect, as well as one person that plays the Sword Celestant.
So you're asking us to investigate the murder of a writer.
I am asking you to consider the impact that this might have on the morale. If you would like to go about your other business, you are welcome to. There are a myriad of other things I'm sure you could spend your time doing, investigating this Maldroneth character, but I was merely making you aware that it is a potential issue that the city is facing.
Now, so Raz is looking at this pamphlet as well. Very important question for Luke, the GM. that will determine the fate of this arc of the
I know what
campaign.
it's gonna be. Yeah.
Are they hot? Are any of them hot?
Are they hot? Are they hot?
And more specifically, is the actor playing Raz hot?
So, I'm gonna say that the actor. Oh my gosh, I just don't know what the right answer is, Emma. I just don't.
Oh.
I'm gonna say a couple of things. First of all, I think the actor playing Namys probably has fake ears. I think Dendrhael is probably mostly puppetry. I'm thinking like a warhorse situation where someone's on stilts and something like that.
Yeah.
You know? I think they've really leaned into the idea that Raz is like a drunkard and taking that to its natural conclusion.
It's Johnny Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. It's not flattering, I would say.
Well, without wanting to lean too heavily into the whole Buffalo Bill thing, I'd fuck me. Yeah, if Silence of the Lambs exist in this universe, or a version of it, Fantasy Silence of the Lambs.
I'm sure you could certainly investigate the rest of the cast and crew if that is your want, but
I don't think we should let Raz investigate any of them.
I can't imagine they'd be
Look.
happy to see us anyway.
Peering into all the nooks and crannies is my forte. So if you're looking for a private investigator, then
You know what? I've
No.
played a part on satire and plays.
It's a dark mirror.
So this Maldoneth. Let's
Let's focus on what's important here.
refocus temporarily. Is
Yes.
she definitely coming back, do you think?
I really thought you were going to say she not.
we do not
I bet she
know.
is. I bet she is.
God, I fucking hope so.
This could be as Grizzly 7 has mentioned, this could be a new short-term goal for the party. I quite like this idea.
Oh my god, find out if Maldoneth is hot. That's my
No.
next
You get one experience point.
I'm
for finding
adding it.
out.
It's being added.
Oh
I'm
my
literally
God.
writing it down.
Oh.
Very
Excellent. So the two places you are welcome to investigate throughout the city to find your own answers to see if this Maldroneth character. We believe they are likely to return to the city, if they are indeed, as we suspect, not here. The two places I mentioned that may know of their location would be the Arcane Council, but also the Dean of the Domini University may have some inkling as to where they are. If they have appeared on a city ordinance or records, I should add, of course, the university holds multiple records, even for somewhat more shadowy and sinister areas.
We investigate the actors and the writer.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, damage control, what is in it for us?
I would be willing to undertake some more investigations into the nature of the corruption at the Arcane Council and maybe help to steer you in the right direction that way. Or I may be able to find more about this Maldroneth character.
So what I'm hearing is that your willingness to investigate the High Council and its involvement with Tzeentch is predicated on our ability to investigate the death of. That seems like an odd condition, Mr. Duquesne. One might even go so far as to suggest that you might be in cahoots with them.
He's not very Agatha Christie. Fancy Agatha Christie.
Look,
We have all been drawn to the one room.
My time and resources is limited. I can either spend time investigating the potential corruption at the council, which in the last month appears to have at least not reared its ugly head immediately, or my agents can spend time investigating the death of these actors. Now, you are welcome to allow my agents to investigate the death of these actors, but I have limited resources and only so much time.
Does the city not have resources to investigate a murder?
The city is at war. Every single drop of Agua Garanis I am able to commandeer from the Lord Celestant is a blessing from Sigmar above.
Hmm.
We have barely 400 Stormcast Eternal remaining within the city. They are our defensive force, and while we are able now to bolster our forces from other realms, it is not a cost-effective process.
Maybe we should do some light investigation of the playwright.
It's usually the spouse.
You've got a point. I think that's where we'll start.
Look, if there's space involved, which I think is the plural of spouse,
Spices? Spice?
spices, but
Sposen.
Spice. I think
sposen,
spice. I'd say
sposi is spouse from the fantasy Latin. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will be dismayed if there are spouses involved, although that's not stopped me before. So I will go where my best friends in the whole world are going, and I think she's gonna like reach to like put an arm around both Namys and Dendrhael. I think she's like in the middle of them. And
blow
like,
some magical smoke in your face.
no, we're not going to respond like that.
I don't even know what that was going to be, but
she's gonna. Okay. Point taken, and it's gonna continue over towards Dendrhael.
As you put your hand on sort of Dendrhael's shoulder, or reach to, you feel a lot of movement underneath the moss.
Oh, horrible. Retracting it immediately.
A little face pops out the top, and it's Michael.
Oh, not horrible. I would never. I would never. I hope you know that I would never.
Excellent. So, what are we doing?
going to the
What's the plan?
spout of the playwright. I think they have a spout.
We're going to need some more information than there is a dead playwright and there is a play. Like, who were they, etc., etc. You can give it to us on a bit of paper if that's more convenient.
Okay. Yeah. So they have Duquesne is able to give you the address, the last known address that the body was recovered from, as well as the mortuary that the body is being kept in. And they are in the new city, which is at the very... I don't know if I loaded the city map onto here. It's essentially at the very edge of the city. It's where a lot of the sort of lower income residents are, and obviously it's where a bunch of struggling troubadours might also be as well.
Judging by Namys' reaction, they're going to be struggling a lot more in a minute.
Yeah, so you've got the location of the crime where it took place, and also where the body is being kept. Is there anything?
Is there going to be another showing of the play soon?
Yes, there is going to be a showing of the play in 1 week's time.
Oh, okay. That's a fair distance away. Although,
Did you want to see the play?
I think we should.
That's definitely one way of putting it.
I think Raz wants to be in the play.
Raz wants to be in the play.
Oh my God.
I was gonna do this later, but Raz already has like a fully formulated plan that she will pitch. That I know that both of you are gonna absolutely hate.
Please pitch it. Please pitch it.
So I think, like on the way, she's gonna like be like, so look, feel free to shoot me down, but here's my thoughts, right? Thoughts, feelings, prayers. We set up a devious trap where we play ourselves in the play and somehow entice the killer to strike again. Maybe by parodying the murder of the writer itself as a farce. And
It's so Shakespeare.
yeah.
Yes.
Just Shakespeare. Okay, sorry, carry on.
Oh no, that was as fully formed as it is. Like when Raz says that she has a fully formed plan, what she means is like the very bare bones of an idea.
Okay.
But let's put a pin in it, a little fantasy pin, a little arrow in it. And
you want Dendrhael to act?
I do. I mean, here's in fairness to him. When my friend's son was in a play at primary school, he did play a tree. So it can be, if it can be by a 4-year-old, it can also be done by a. How old are you?
I suppose that
Dendrhael's mostly offended by the fact that someone is suggesting that he couldn't even play himself.
Well, I mean, I just think that you're a bit wooden.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
No, not okay.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Okay. Let's get on.
For the love of God, please.
So, how are you investigating? What are you doing? Where are you going? What's the plan?
We should probably go and see the body first. Because if we know how they died, then we can immediately spot if someone's lying.
Yeah, let's go to the mortuary.
Should we split up to cover more ground, or
maybe? But I'm not letting you go and see the house by yourself.
No.
Oh please.
No.
Come on, no, absolutely not. Dendrhael, you can go to see the body, and I'll go with Raz.
So the question here is: would Raz just go anyway?
If Raz goes, Namys is following. Dendrhael, go see the body.
Oh, fine, Mum.
Okay, so who's going where first?
I don't mind whoever you want to go to first.
Do body first.
Okay.
Okay, so the body has actually been brought back into the upper tier, and is currently being held under lock and key from the various Stormcast chirurgeons. As you are approaching, you can see there's quite a lot of people kind of milling about, sort of interested in the sort of particular chamber that the body is being held in, and eventually you make your way in to an attendant in a white apron who comes up to you and says, I haven't got a name figured out just yet. I am Magister Vamora, and you are here, I understand, to examine the body that we have brought in yesterday.
That is correct.
Please, come this way.
He's going to duck as best as he can to get in.
Okay. The room is incredibly cold, as you might expect, and the body of the writer Dendrhael is in the middle of the room. It has not been touched or anything like that. Although Vamora has done sort of minimal effort to kind of keep it tidy, essentially, has not done any autopsy or anything yet.
Dendrhael is going to reach out with a small dagger and just stab him straight in the shoulder.
Vamora?
No, the body.
Okay.
Oh,
I was like,
shit.
wow, what a choice.
Roll initiative. Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Giant tree man fights a
Yeah,
surgeon in a
no.
tiny room.
Pour the fucking wine.
Yeah, I was
It's terrifying. Like, huge
very
tree
impressed. Okay, yeah. So, could you give me what is it you're trying to actually do here?
Basically, I'm trying to establish if he's actually dead.
Oh, okay. He does not move. The knife sinks in. Knife sinks in, and Vamora looks up at you and says, "Where did you receive your training?"
Dendrhael's just going to cock an eyebrow and go, training? And pull the knife out again and then stow it away in the moss. I've been in many wars. I've seen many people feign death. This creature does not appear to be feigning it.
No, he was brought in here yesterday, and my knowledge, hasn't moved since. Although I did not sit vigil with it.
Sorry about the hole in his arm.
Well, maybe we should have sent someone with
Did
Um,
you think that Dendrhael would be the one to cause this sort of trouble?
Must be normal.
Has it been established how this person passed? Besides
We have some
murder?
We have some ideas. Yes. You see, and he sort of draws the sort of cloth down, and you see what appears to be a huge gash across the chest.
That one wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. No, and it appears to have been like, it's kind of clubbed. It's not like slashed necessarily.
Okay, it's just like a large
Although there are
contusion.
like serrated points in it, but it seems to be more of a sort of spiked club than anything else.
Took the words right out of Dendrhael's mouth.
Mm.
Yeah, he's going to mention that to the surgeon here. It's like there appears to be some sort of blood instrument with sharp protrusions. Any other injuries at all, or does this appear to be the fatal blow?
This would appear to be the fatal blow. It is the one that, it seems, ended this poor wretch's life. There are other hints that perhaps they were surprised by what was happening.
Dendrhael isn't going to say anything, he's just going to stare and just wait for the carry on. Like, why would I not ask?
Could you give me a medicine mind check, please?
I can give it a damn good go.
A 4-2, please.
Oh, it's possible. It's very possible. That's 3 successes.
Okay, so the thing that you notice is that there are serrated edges to this sort of club, which I mentioned earlier. But what is more peculiar is it seems like the club it came down from quite an extreme height.
Mm.
So it would seem like the assailant was much taller than the victim.
Okay.
Probably I would say 8 or 9 feet tall.
A short house then. Have you examined the contents of his stomach?
No, not yet. No.
Might be worth doing.
He pulls out a scalpel and goes to do it, and
Basically,
has to rummage around.
Dendrhael's,
What are you looking for?
is there anything in there that suggests he could potentially have been drugged or poisoned? Like, is there any sort of like blood clots or anything inside his stomach or anything?
Could you give me a medicine mind check, please?
Yes.
5-1 because you're being assisted.
Sweet. Nailed it.
Oh, there does not appear to be anything like that. I think you would probably, in your experience of hunting, and potentially you will have come across hunters that use poison and probably have your own opinions on whether or not that's a good thing or not.
It's
but it's not. It doesn't appear to be the case that this individual was poisoned.
Well, thank you very much for this. Apologies again for the sudden stabbing, but you must appreciate that had they truly been feigning it, then I couldn't have given them any warning.
Yes, no, that part made sense a little.
If we need any further information, I'll be in contact. But until then, and he just leaves.
Okay, excellent.
Presumably
Great, so
leaving some sort of like muddy, mossy trail as he goes.
Yeah,
in the nice,
bit.
clean room.
For sure. So, so now you've got a couple pieces of information, potentially, about this situation. Dendrhael, are you heading straight to the others, or are you going to pursue another avenue of investigation? Or...
No, Dendrhael's going to head straight off to find the others, because he's got pertinent information for them now.
Okay. And where are the others going to?
We're going to the spouse's house.
Spouse house?
Okay.
Spouse house.
So you're going to go try and find the other performers, essentially.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Well, yeah. Do we know that the writer had a spouse?
So,
did we make this up?
Dendrhael just suggested that in his experience of various manhunts, murders tend to be, at least city-based murders tend to be conducted by the spouse.
Yeah.
That was the sum total of all evidence. Oh yeah.
You did. You certainly did. So what I'm wondering is, how do you think you're going to go about finding because you don't know where the other performers are or anything like that. What's your methods of finding them?
So I think we just should we go door knocking around.
Well, do we know where it's being performed?
Yes, you do. So this particular play is being performed in. I'm sure there's an auction. There is a opera house.
Presumably, we've still got the pamphlet as well.
And, the pamphlet will say where it is. Yeah.
So I reckon we head there. I'm really imagining that they're just constantly rehearsing, but maybe if not, then there'll be someone who knows where they are.
I mean, if it is in a week's time, then they should be still rehearsing. So
yeah.
Let's have it. But I don't. This is gonna sound weird, but I don't want us to announce ourselves until we've established that it is the actors there. As in, I don't think we should have any interaction with them until we figure out who it is.
Yeah.
In that case, I think it's going to take a little bit of stealthing.
Yeah.
So as you, well, actually, I will say, as you you're heading straight towards the opera house, which I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I have a disguise kit.
Oh, that might be a good idea.
Yes.
So I'll disguise myself.
Okay.
Can you disguise others?
I don't know. I don't actually know what disguise kit does. It's just in my other gear, because I was thinking that's kind of my whole thing is people and yeah.
Really cool.
I know there's a spell that I could have learned, but I haven't got it. Where I can literally turn into someone else, basically. But I do have a disguise kit. I also have some files of poison. If anyone needs some poison.
Wow, that's dark.
And but also I've got a parchment with a list of names and drops of blood next to each of them, so that's even darker.
You're right. That is definitely darker.
And the final is a small bottle of my favoured scent. So...
Oh, that's nice. That's not very dark. Unless your favourite scent is like decaying corpse.
It's smoke and ash. So.
Oh, hot. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just looking to see if there is if there is already a theatre.
I will look at what disguise kit does because I have the rule book open.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
I do as well.
Spontaneous spellcasting.
Do you have Master of Disguise that I think you have?
What is Master of Disguise? Where would that be?
Skills and talents?
No. No, I don't think so.
And I can't find it in the.
Oh yeah, there is a theatre. It's called the Luminant Stage.
Oh.
It's on page 19 of the book.
Let's head to the Luminant Stage.
Yeah, no, it is in the. I believe it's in the Upper District. I'm sure that's why I was very sure there was a rule there. So you head over to the Luminant Stage. It is a vast opera house that was built for a civilization long ago. So far, it has not been used an awful lot. This is one of the first performances. It's good. Thanks for noticing the fish in the sushi restaurant bit. I'd forgotten about that bit, Toki. So yeah, you're here at the performance. There are posters on the wall, and you see with a little bit of discomfort, each of your caricatured faces is on this poster.
Oh.
The play.
I have a rules question because I've just looked at the. I'm very sorry to interrupt. Where it says like talents choose 3, like I'm on the Darkling Sorceress thing.
Yeah.
I don't start with 3 talents, do I? Is that, or do I? Because there's like a list of them.
Yeah.
I haven't taken any of those because I just didn't realize that I had to. Yeah, but should I? I don't know. This doesn't make any sense.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
No, I mean, it says talents choose 3, in which case I will take Master of Disguise.
But did you do like a quick start one, or did you do it completely from scratch? Can you remember?
I did it from scratch.
Okay.
So I have the core talents of spellcasting and unbind, and then there's other talents underneath that.
Oh, so you just haven't picked any?
No, I didn't know that I was meant to. It seemed like too much to take 3 of those at the start.
I think you're supposed to have 3 of them. Yeah.
Fine, I'll do that then. Sorry, please carry on.
That's okay. So, and on that note, how are you approaching the theatre? What is your plan here?
Raz is going to turn to Namys and say, "Do you have a plan? Do you have an idea in mind? You're the people's person, after all, in theory."
Yeah. I was going to just go and ask some questions as I was going to disguise myself as I was going to say a fan, but maybe they wouldn't speak to a fan.
So hear me out. Disguise yourself as a grief counsellor.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that Namys would be good at?
Disguise yourself as just a random guard come to investigate.
Yeah. I'm gonna disguise myself as whatever the equivalent of police is.
Okay, so that would be the Free Guild. So there are a bunch of soldiers essentially around the city that you'd be able to disguise yourself as. How does the disguise talent work exactly?
So I have advantage on opposed tests to disguise yourself or appear as someone else, and I also create an alternate persona apparently, but let's leave that for now.
Okay, might come back to that in a bit.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I just have advantage on opposed tests, so I guess when I'm speaking to someone, to see whether they think I am who I am. Well, who I'm saying I am.
Okay, and how is... so, Raz, are you with Namys when this is happening?
Yeah.
No.
He's just walking in while Namys has made all this effort.
No, you can't just walk in. Why don't you stay outside and ask, I don't know, maybe speak to the guards or something, and I'll go speak
followed me here. You can't then turn around and start... I'm Namys. I've got disguise kit.
Just said that we shouldn't go in and announce ourselves as, you stay here and I'll go in, and then I'll call you in or something. I don't know. Yeah, okay, Namys is walking in.
Okay,
Raz is following.
Fine.
Okay, Raz is gonna skulk around. She's not gonna be quite so obvious. She's
so
gonna.
the front of the theatre there is a
I'll just say,
box
sorry,
office area.
Before you move on quickly, Dendrhael arrived about 5 minutes ago, and he spotted this argument. He was like, "Nope, I'm just gonna wait." Sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
No, it's good. It's good.
So I'm just gonna rectify slightly. What Raz is doing is she's not gonna come in with Namys. Instead, she's gonna try and look for the changing rooms and is gonna have a skulk around the changing rooms. Not for anything gross, but to do some actual investigation work.
Okay, I see. I like it. So Namys, you're going in through the front door, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you come to the front door, there is a attendant at the theatre, who comes forward and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. The performance doesn't actually start until next week. Is there anything I can help you with?"
Yes, I'm here doing some follow-up investigation of the unfortunate death that happened. I've forgotten the name of the person. The writer.
Oh, Dondarian, yes. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
Dondrhael. Yeah.
We are so very upset that that's happened, but the cast are obviously distraught, and we're hoping that you'll be able to find something out and find out what happened to them, because this is a performance they really care about. I believe that Candide is performing at the moment. Is rehearsing at the moment, I should say. Please, what would you say your name was again? Sorry, I don't know if I got a message from the Stormcast that you were coming.
Yes, my name is Hariel.
Excellent. Could you give
So
me
bad at names on the spot. It's my worst thing. Sorry.
Could you give
Hariel,
me a
Hariel.
I believe this is a guile check? I don't remember how deception works on here. Look.
Always pick like charismatic characters.
Yes, guile.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do a contested check. It'll be a guile mind check.
Yeah.
And we'll see how this attendant works.
And if I have advantage on that, what does that mean?
It means that it's one difficulty level down for you. So the difficulty is 3 essentially for this check rather than 4.
Okay. Guile mind. Where is guile? There. Sorry, what does it say? Target DN? Is that 3? That's 3.
Yeah.
That work?
Okay, 3 successes. Yes, you succeed. You manage to make your way through, and you come to the Great Hall right here. On the stage, you can see it's a vast area. There are tiered seats. It has been laid out specifically so that this performance can take place. There is an orchestra pit in the bottom, as well as the seats in the top and the sort of top balcony area right here. And as you enter, probably from this sort of balcony bit at the bottom, you can see Candide is actually on the stage, kind of pacing around, kind of rehearsing lines to herself.
I walk up to the stage and say, "Good morning."
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in a world of my own. How can I help you?
I'm here to do some follow-up questioning after Dendrhael's unfortunate death.
Are you any closer to finding him? Or finding what happened to him?
Yes.
We've been told nothing.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that. Yes, no, we've been making some good progress. I just need to ask you a few questions. Did you speak to one of my colleagues before?
No one has talked to us about anything.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Typical.
Yes,
Typical.
I know. I'm sorry about that. So, were you around when it happened?
We had just finished rehearsals for the evening, and well, we'd all gone back to our rooms. We're staying in a squalid little place in the new town, but everything seemed to be okay. Everyone seemed to be in good spirits. We'd had a good performance and got some good previews, but then all of this happened, and if you ask me, there's no way that the Lord Celestant wasn't involved with this. This is typical. This is what we're writing about. This is what the forces of Sigmar do. They go into places and take over. Never mind the people, the Axians that lived here before.
Yeah. So why do you say that? Has Lord Calliston or Celestant, sorry, have they made, have they had arguments with Dendrhael in the past, or?
The Lord Celestant knows what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that we're trying to show people what the Stormcast are capable of.
Yeah.
They're not the avenging angels that everyone thinks they are. They're just thugs.
Yeah. I mean, that well maybe.
You see why it's important that we do this play, that we do this production.
Yes, I mean, theatre is a great political tool.
It's not about being a tool. It's about showing people what's happening in front of their eyes. It's about peeling back their perception of the world and showing them something bigger, something worse happening that they need to be aware of.
Yes. I think we're saying the same thing. It changes people's minds. It has a place, and it's very important. Anyway, did Dendrhael have a spouse?
Could you give me a guile mind check, please? A 5-1.
Yeah. Do I get advantage because?
No.
What?
Well, you're not. Yeah. Yeah.
2 successes.
Shouldn't have doubted yourself.
Exactly. I'm not doubting myself.
It's complicated between the troop. We're very close. We've traveled together and we've gone to different towns and cities, and sometimes we arrive in a place and we see what the situation is, and yeah. Dendrhael was so talented at identifying the problem and really highlighting it, and we've performed elsewhere and certainly we've drawn the ire of the governments there, and I'm sure they'd wish we...
No spouse? Many spice.
It
is relevant. It's one of the questions I've got to ask.
You've got to ask, have you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Where are you going to be reporting this information?
It's confidential. It's part of the investigation. You trying to tell me how to do my job?
Who do you work for?
The city.
So you're reporting to the Lord Celestant?
We're independent investigators.
Are you?
Yes.
Well, Dendrhael and myself and the other 3 performers, in fact, we have all been very close company of late.
Hey, thank you. That's all I needed to know. So you think that Lord Celestin was involved? Fine. Was there anything particularly different or suspicious about the night of the incident?
We only found out this morning what had happened, and since then, none of us were allowed to even identify the body. We weren't allowed to go into his apartment. We haven't been able to see anything. That seems pretty suspicious to me. He has all of the scripts, all of the revisions, all the drafts. They're all within his apartment, and if we can't get access to, we're just not allowed to access them at all. How are we to put on the play if we don't have all of his notes? How are we to perform the play to the extent that he wants if we don't have his notes?
Yes. Well, how about I go and see what I can do to get those notes to you?
Yes.
Yes.
That would be very dutiful of a civil servant of you.
Yes. Remind me of the address.
Remind you of the address?
Yes. Remind me of the address.
You don't know the address.
Like I said, things have been all over the place at the office recently, and it's much quicker if you just remind me of the address than make me go all the way back.
I'm gonna need another guy online check. This is quite a contest right here.
What's the DN?
It'll be 4s.
Okay.
Two successes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Successes.
She reluctantly says, "If I give you the address, you will recover those scripts for me."
Yes.
Okay. She presents you with the address, which is a rundown part of the new town at the very outskirts of the city.
Mm-hmm.
It is within the. Let me have a look. Consult. It is not too far from the Cross Swords, which is on the kind of southwestern side.
Okay. Fine. Thank you very much. You've been very helpful.
Yes, and hopefully you'll be too. Now, I need to continue my rehearsals, if that's okay with you.
Yes. Go ahead. Also, where are the rest of your company?
Well, I believe that Lilith is in the changing rooms getting ready for the dress rehearsal very, very shortly. And Badine, I don't know. I don't know where Badine or Tali are.
Okay, that's fine. Maybe I'll come see the show next week.
Well, I'm sure we could get you some complimentary tickets if you're able to service us correctly.
Oh, that would be lovely. I'll see you soon with those scripts.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Namys walks out. Nailed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, good leg.
Well
You
done,
definitely
well
actually
done.
did.
Oh dear.
Well done. So, Raz, what is Raz doing?
Oh man, Raz is going to the changing rooms to do some snooping.
Okay. Could you give me a... So as you get closer to the change rooms, are you going from like the outside of the building, or are you going to sneak in the inside? What's the plan here?
I don't necessarily think there's a guaranteed entrance to the changing room from outside, so I think she's gone from the inside.
Mhm.
Yeah, because there's that the main hall there in front of us, but I assume there's like a reception ticket booth area that like is where you enter, and so that's
Yeah.
vacant at the moment, right?
Yeah. I guess we could, if you give us a stealth check, I think it's going to be, we'll see, I think probably just like a 5-1 stealth check.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
very
hey.
good stealth in. I think you're definitely able. There is only one person at the front desk, I think. How are you gonna? How does Raz sneak by them? Bearing in mind, and also think like, is this before or after Namys has gone through, or what's the?
I think she's let Namys go through into the main hall. She's not like immediately after. It's like a minute or so after. she knows that Namys is gone. So I think Raz doesn't actually have any skill in stealth, none whatsoever. She's much more about like being very brazen and in the open. She's gonna sort of like peer in through the door, and is there like a potted plant in the entrance hall?
No.
Oh.
As you peer in through the door, you see there is a lady with long red hair, brushing her hair and kind of like singing softly to herself in the mirror.
Is she facing? Which way is she facing?
She's facing the mirror,
which is on the wall.
Yes.
So it got her back to the door then.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Raz is going to use that moment of sort of distraction to just sort of tiptoe past in the sort of like the most kind of stereotypical like dum 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 like way that you can imagine. Yeah, very much so. And hopes that she doesn't. Oh, actually, she's gonna grab us because the mirror could show her reflection.
Yeah.
So she's gonna grab a stone from outside, or a little rock, or a pebble, or anything.
I think you probably have like a coin or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's gonna like fling it down the opposite corridor, to like create a bit of a distraction just as she's about to kind of move through.
So she's just sitting there, but if she hears like a sound at the other end of the corridor, she's gonna stand up and turn around.
Yeah, she might go over that way as opposed to the way that Raz is trying to go. I'm trying to work out like the layout of the room.
You're throwing it into the room or out of the room.
So I realize my mistake here is that I've conjured an image of what the layout of this room looks like.
Yeah. No, tell me what it looks like. Tell me what it looks like. I'm happy to go with your guidance.
So in my head, the like main opera hall is like the center of the building.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't know have you ever been to the RSC theatre in Stratford?
Yes.
So it's
sort of in the round.
In the round, and but the wings.
I've never been to the changing rooms.
No. But like there's like a pathway around it that lets you enter in through lots of different angles.
Yeah.
And so I kind of imagine it like that, like the corridor, like there's two corridors that stretch around.
Okay, yeah. I like that idea, yeah.
And Raz is trying to go down one corridor, or like one wing, and so she's thrown this coin through the room, down as far as she can into the other corridor, so that Raz can then go down through the other corridor.
Okay. I see.
Have I just massively overcomplicated what could have been quite a simple action?
So you're trying to get her to leave the chamber, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's the mirror that I'm worried about more than anything.
Okay. So I think she's gonna hear the sound and stop singing to herself and turn around and say, "Is there anyone there?"
Oh, the urge to say no is just.
She stands up and walks to the door. She has got kind of mossy coloured makeup on, but it's only like half applied, and there's like a bit of like leaf and stuff like that that's on there as well. And she turns around and says, "Hello? How are you hiding?"
I expected her to go all the way down the corridor.
Your plan hasn't gone exactly how you planned it, and now you're thrown.
Not even in the changing rooms yet. Okay, new tactic. Raz is gonna just walk through the door, and is gonna be like, oh, hello. Sorry to bother you. Do you have a,
Oh my
a
gosh,
moment?
you're Raz, aren't you?
No, I'm not Raz. I am. Well, it's a little bit embarrassing actually, and I hope that you don't think poorly of me. My name is Juniper, and I am what our community calls a cosplayer. And I'm actually looking for some of the actors so that I can potentially get some signatures and some autographs, perhaps.
Could you give me a could you give me a guile mind check, please?
Yeah, I can.
And I'm gonna say right now, normally it's difficulty 4. It's gonna be difficulty 5 for you because you are dressed as Raz, saying that you're.
Oh, she's a
Actually,
cosplayer.
no, I quite like the idea that you're in costume, so we'll stick with 4.
I give it like 5 minutes before there's a stabbing.
That's one for one success.
You do not succeed.
Shit.
Lilith says, How exactly did you get in here?
Through this is the entrance hall, right? We're in the entrance, like the ticket area, right?
Well, you're in her dressing room now.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought we were. Oh fuck! I thought I was still in the entrance area.
No,
That's
I
where
thought
the
you were
ticket
sneaking
is.
around the.
Okay, right. We're rolling with it. We're rolling with it. Uh.
Very theatre. We'll do it on the
How
night.
did I get in here?
I'm sure I really appreciate your enthusiasm. Per Penrose, what you say your name was?
Juniper.
Juniper. It's very nice to meet you. This is maybe not the best time. We've had some bad news. And I don't know if this is the best time for a meet and greet. Please let me give you I'll give you a ticket to the performance if you like. And she turns over and gets a ticket from a satchel and says, it's a week from today actually. Please, you're welcome to come if you bring your costume. Our Raz would love that costume.
Oh, is your Raz not here?
No,
Is she...
she's on stage at the moment.
Oh, that's a shame. Sorry, did you say that there was something wrong? That why is it not an appropriate time to have a meet and greet?
We had some bad news yesterday. There's been a bit of an accident. Oh, our writer was involved in an accident.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is
Don't
he
worry,
okay?
We're not sure yet, but don't worry that the play will continue next week. We're really enthusiastic about it, and we're really happy to let everyone know what I've got. I'm playing Dendrhael, as you probably saw from
Yeah.
the makeup. And she turns over, and there is like a like wooden armature next to it. Next to the door, which sort of very vaguely resembles what might be a Kurnoth hunter.
Oh, of course you are Dendrhael. Now that is, and Raz walks over to the costume, and says, "This is amazing. Is this puppetry? Is this or is it a full costume? Sorry, not without seeing it on a person. It seems. Would you mind putting it on for me? I'm so. Oh my goodness.
If you wait outside for a moment, I'll put it on and I can show you, if that's okay.
Yes, of course. I'll give you your privacy.
Okay. She shuts the door. What are you doing? What's Dendrhael doing as well? Is Dendrhael still just hanging outside?
Dendrhael is probably attracting a lot of attention, and he is sort of skulking around the building trying to see where the other two went.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's peering around corners one direction, there's probably a group of children and young adults peering around a corner behind him to see where he's going, and it's all very what's what I'm looking for, comical.
I'm getting a bit of Studio Ghibli vibes.
Yeah, it's a little bit Studio Ghibli.
Slapstick.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Physical comedy.
I assure you, it's hilarious.
So, as you're investigating and going around, you're seeing the different people. So what you find out is that Candide is playing Raz.
Mm-hmm.
Lilith is playing Dendrhael. Tally is playing Namys, and Badian is playing Tidemaster. And the writer is actually billed as playing Lord Celestant.
Okay.
One of the things you notice.
Dendrhael's going to sort of stare at the poster for a little bit. Is there a little quibbling with the Dendrhael, or is there not?
I think there's probably like a little ceramic beetle or something, but it's very minor.
Yeah. Dendrhael's going to sort of tap on the poster and then turn to his quibbling and going, "They really did you wrong." Give me a little scritch. Yeah, he's going to turn around. He's going to see the people following him, and he's going to start to approach.
And at this point, Namys probably comes out of the theatre.
Yep.
What's Namys doing?
Namys is looking around for Raz, who she left outside, and spots Dendrhael, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of walks up to Dendrhael and it's like, "All right,
Hello.
hello.
We
Have you seen Raz?
I've seen the one on the poster.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for the real one.
Oh.
I've got an address.
Oh no.
What?
She's not with you.
No, she's not with you.
Oh no.
Oh
Inside
god.
the changing room. What is Raz doing while Lilith is getting changed into the Dendrhael costume?
So it has Raz had to step like fully outside of the changing room?
Yeah.
Okay. What is in her general vicinity? What is there?
So this is the sort of one of the side corridors that goes around the theatre. I think like behind you, you could like lean over a balcony and see into the stage itself. You can probably peer over and see. Gosh, I've already forgotten her name. Sorry, Candide is practicing her gone back to practicing her lines again.
Can Raz just eavesdrop just a little bit on the lines on Candide?
Okay, so Candide is playing Raz, as well you know, and she is saying, "Look, do you know why pirates are so horny? It's because they are."
Oh god.
It's pretty close.
Yeah. Sorry, we're not here.
Like Fane wiping away a tear and being like, "It's like looking in a mirror."
I will say, to answer one of your previous questions, Candide is a very sort of conventionally attractive, like black-haired. Yeah, I think the idea is that the makeup is what's gonna make or break the Raz character.
Yeah.
You do notice she does appear to be walking like with a stagger, a conspicuous stagger across the stage.
No. Raz just sort of
A
eyes
whole
her and
scenario went through your head.
yeah. I think this is the second time this has happened on the stream tonight. Of like, Emma thinking through the lines that she was about to say. No, self-preservation.
I'm applauding your restraint.
Thank you.
It's very impressive.
So did my boyfriend. So
Anyway.
is going to sort of look, eye Candide and sort of say, I'll come back to you, and then go back and wait outside and wait for.
The door opens, and the half person, half puppet Dendrhael kind of leans forward, and it is an impressive piece of puppetry. It is a sort of armor plated sort of Kurnoth hunter mask. Essentially, it's got these little mechanical hooks on them. It's all like leatherwork and elastic straps, so it kind of is operated kind of like not a lot like, but a bit like a puppet. And like is sort of there's like a little lever in Lilith's hand that she sort of presses, and that opens and closes the jaw of it, and she turns out and says, "Well, here I am, the Kurnoth hunter."
Is she wearing a mask?
So the mask thing is above her head, so like if you look, you can see kind of like the Lion King performance.
I was gonna say it's very Lion King.
So yeah, just like that.
Ransom is like, by Sigmar. Now that is a costume. That is impressive. But I'd heard a little bit about you, and I knew that you were such a good physical actor. Do you not feel like the costume restrains you a little bit?
No, I believe the costume helps me to accomplish what I can't. I'm sorry, the voice is hard to do. No one's ever really heard him talk, so no one really knows what he sounds like. It is hard, but this is the costume that's required for the performance. That's what Dondarrion said.
You don't sound massively excited to be playing Dendrhael.
Well, one of us has to. Everyone has their part.
I suppose that sacrifice is really admirable of you. Did you have a lot of disagreements with Dondarrion then?
No, Dondarrion. He knew what we were doing, and he gave us our parts, and we're doing the parts. It's going to be harder without him. It's going to be harder if he doesn't really
tell you what to do.
Tell me what to do. Yes.
Yeah.
Could you give me a very, very quickly? Could you give me a awareness mind check for me, please? 5-1.
Yeah. What was that? Sorry, 5-1 or 4-1?
5-1. Have you no training?
Oh, wait, no, I do have training. I do have training. I think. Wait, let me just check to make sure.
Or focus.
Focus, yeah.
Focus, yes. Sorry. Oh shit! No, I don't have any focus in it. No.
The costume looks pretty impressive, but you can tell it's not easy to wear necessarily.
I really admire actors like you, who, despite the writer's brave choices, you still find a way to carry on.
Well, the performance is what matters. We need to do the performance. We need to show everyone what's happening here. We need to lift the veil.
And I suppose maybe with, not that I want to speak lightly of the situation, but perhaps you have a bit more independence with the temporary absence of your writer.
She takes a bit of a step back and says, No. We do what is written.
Well,
The message is
you know
important.
what they say about interpreting work, the death of the author and all that.
I don't know if that's appropriate.
I'm afraid I do not know what you mean.
What?
Well,
She's not mentioned that he's dead.
you said that that there was an incident, but
I think.
sorry, has he died?
Look, I think I've said too much. If you could, I need to get back to applying the makeup. She starts to unhook the costume hurriedly. If it's a signature or an autograph you want, and on opening night, you have a ticket now. You can come.
I will look forward to it with my whole heart. And Raz turns around and leaves.
Okay, cool. You head back outside the theatre.
Shall we have a quick break there? Because that seems
Good
a
idea.
good little moment.
Yeah, for sure.
And I really need another drink. My throat is so dry. Right, we'll be back
See you in a bit,
in a couple of minutes.
See you in a bit. mute myself so I don't.
And we're back.
Yeah, I'm what to say.
Hello, everyone. So we are back. Our party is trying to investigate the mysterious murder that has befouled Dendrhael, a playwright who has penned a play that is disparaging not only the Lord Celestant overseeing the city, but also our 4 party members that are here today. We found a couple of bits of information. As we all get back outside, do you want to recap the information that you've learned in your various different avenues?
Yeah, I think Namys, as we come outside, like as Raz comes outside, Namys is like, "What are you doing? Come on!" And yeah, recounts that. She spoke with Candide, and Candide's pretty convinced that it's Lord Celestant is involved. They do not like the Lord Celestant and the forces of Sigmar and etc. Also, they're all involved with each other. I breeze past that. I do not let Raz focus on that.
Raz like goes to say something, but you're too quick.
They're all involved with each other, and also they only found out this morning what's happened. No one's spoken to them, and we have to go to their apartment, which is near the Cross Swords, I think. And I need to get the scripts for them, otherwise they're going to be angry with me. But also, I could just not do that and never see them again. But regardless, we should probably go to the apartment. What did
So
you
when you
find
say
out?
they're all involved with each other,
Yeah.
look,
Yes. Whatever you're thinking, yes.
I mean,
I was thinking we should get some
Oh.
food.
Oh, that too.
I've already. Wait, no, I haven't. That's the whole point.
Oh my god.
There's something shady going on. They are not were not happy with the writer. I spoke to fake Dendrhael and not so happy with some of the writer's choices, and something about, or it sounded to me like they were being forced into doing it. Like there was something. Now I don't know if that was Dendrhael or if it was somebody above Dendrhael making the choices for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that that's not the impression that I got about their relationship.
Were they human or human-sized?
They were elf-sized, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so far too small to be the person that did this.
Dendrhael's not
Oh.
shared anything so
There's
far.
What?
no context, which is like,
I mean, have you seen us, right? Like, I know that you are, like, freakishly tall, and I say that with love.
You're all quite tall here.
Yes, but I'm about 4 feet taller than most of you.
Did you do it?
No, but someone who was in the region of 9 feet tall did. They struck the writer with a blunt instrument with some sort of protruding parts from it that were potentially serrated.
Raz, I mean, this is probably a silly question because why on earth would the actor be in costume? But at any point did you see the costume?
I did see the costume, and not for the reasons that you might be thinking. Dendrhael, you will be extra pleased to know.
Okay.
Not saying that I wouldn't though.
Oh. Okay.
And so yeah, it was on stilts, like.
So potential.
A definite potential. I mean, the alternative is Stormcast Eternals can fly, right?
Some can.
Yeah.
Also, most Stormcast are like 8 to 9 feet tall.
I think that
Or
we
just a hovering Stormcast, in that case, then.
yeah, I think that we should go to this apartment.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, you make your way down to the new town, this sort of new district of the city of Brightspear. Mainly, it is occupied by new travellers that have arrived into the city since it became a city of Sigmar. You have been around the new city before. It's how you got into the Undercity one of the times, so you're kind of familiar with the area, so to speak. And you follow the address that has been given to Namys to a rather dishevelled looking lodging house near the Cross Swords area that I mentioned earlier. You come to this sort of large sort of timber framed building that looks like it's seen much better days, and there are a pair of the Brightspear city guards standing outside keeping watch.
Dendrhael's just going to walk up.
For the investigation, are you?
Yep.
Right on in. Try not to make too much mess.
I'll try. And I'm going to try and
Namys,
duck my way in and like just knock out like a chunk of plaster from a wall with like one of my massive shoulders.
Namys also walks up. I'm with
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
I'm with those two as well.
Okay. Cool. You make your way up some rickety stairs and come to a door, which is the lodging of Dendrhael that he was taking. Who would like to go in first?
I'd like to see these two try and get past me in this small corridor.
Definitely Dendrhael.
Okay. So, Dendrhael, you open the door and you see a relatively small apartment area. It's perhaps sort of 4 by 4 meters square. It has a slightly ragged bed at the side, a desk which is covered in various papers all over the place. There are a couple of masks on the walls that have been pinned in place. There are note pages everywhere. But there are 2 things that stand out more than anything else. One is the blood. The entire room is covered in blood. Second is that as the midday sun starts to dawn in from the window, you notice that everything has a weird crystalline surface all the way over it. What would you like to do?
I'm going to move out the way of the door so the two can get in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, I'm sorry, there were 5 of them living here in some sort of... What? I know being an actor is not well paid, but...
Yeah, it does seem unpleasant. Can I see if I can, know of any kind of magic shenanigans that's going on with the crystal-y
Could you give
stuff?
me an Arcana mind check, please? 4-2.
Okay. No, that is just 1 success.
You can tell this is definitely magical. But you don't really know exactly what it is. It would seem to be you don't know if this is the result of a spell or some other invocation. But it's certainly magical.
Mm-hmm. This is magical.
Mm-hmm.
Dendrhael's going to go and have a look under the bed. to start pulling stuff out.
Okay, cool. Could you you know what, we don't need to roll for it. I think you're fine. So as you roll on as you look into the bed, there are some spare bed sheets. There are more papers and notes. There are like hundreds and hundreds of pages of notes that appear to have been put together. And as you pull things out, the crystalline layer kind of kicks up, and it sort of makes a sort of strange mist that kind of begins to cloud around the room. But you don't find anything particularly untoward other than more notes. The notes seem to be descriptive of different acts within this play, different rewrites, different sections, but it seems like things have been obsessively like put together, and the exact like number of syllables in each line, in each phrase, needs to be specific. There is some sort of pattern that needs to be followed.
Dendrhael's going to point this out, and then also say, be mindful of the dust in the air.
Rad's going to cover her mouth and nose with a like a sash.
I can't imagine that to be too good
Namys.
on fleshy lungs.
Yes. Yeah, Namys is going to pull up. You remember we've got matching cloaks.
Oh
Yeah. Yes. Perfect.
We do.
Over her mouth. Yeah, I think you point out the pattern, and Namys is like, well, that looks like some kind of incantation.
Mm.
It is.
Mm.
Mm.
It is a sort of like almost bibliomancy. There is some sort of, you can't figure out exactly what it is, but there is some sort of spell being.
There's some greater ritual.
Yes.
Okay.
Raz.
Raz, put those pants back where you found them.
Outdraws Raz.
But I'm looking for clues, and I found them. So it has been announced that this is an incantation. It's been said out loud.
Has
So,
it?
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay, yeah.
So this incantation, it's going to happen at the performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any? We've got no. I mean, I don't know about magic. It's not my area. I'm gonna take a wild leap though, and say that it's probably not a very nice incantation.
Well,
I don't think this is one of those. You got 3 wishes. One of them's end all world hunger, end all wars, free the genie situation. I think it's more.
Have you ever seen magic used in a positive way?
I watched Fantasy Aladdin, okay, and saw.
You watched Fantasy Aladdin.
Yeah. It's got
We have very different childhoods.
It's got Wilbur Smithington as the genie in it, and he did a great job, and but I don't think this is that. I don't think this is a nice genie. I think this is a more evil genie situation.
Just looking around at like the blood coating everybody in this room.
Bad vibes all around. In fairness, do we think that somebody else was trying to stop the ritual from happening?
Maybe, but if they were, they went about it in a very dramatic way.
Just like a murderer would.
Yeah.
See, I thought you were going to go with theatre person. Theatre person would do it dramatically.
So someone also involved in the theatre. I think we need to find these other 2 actors.
What Dendrhael does not understand, he's puzzled, he's looking around the room. There's a lot of blood in this room. A lot of blood. When Dendrhael examined the body, there was just like a blunt contusion with some relatively deep scratches in it. doesn't seem like such a blow would have caused this bloody mess.
Is this Dendrhael saying this to us now?
Yeah. Perhaps someone else has been killed and we have yet to find them.
And Raz is going to dip her finger into the blood.
Don't do it.
No, don't. No.
Oh.
Raz. First rule of crime scenes.
Yes.
Don't taste the blood.
Well,
We went to different crime schools.
Oh,
not
gosh.
only did you taste a bit of the blood, you
Mm.
will have also tasted some of the crystal powder.
Oh no!
Wait, can I also interject because of the talent thing? I also want to have witch sight as one of my talents. Which
Okay.
means I can see the magical energy, so I can tell which realm it comes from. I think.
Okay. So, I think as Raz holds it, we'll play as that. As Raz holds it up to a tongue like that.
Yeah.
In that moment, glistening with the blood, you recognize what this is. This crystalline substance. Commonly, or academically, it's known as astralium. But uncommonly, it is called stardust. It's a chemical reaction that occurs when astral beings, such as Stormcast Eternals, enter into a space. And with that, we'll hold that until next week.
Oh,
That is a cliffhanger.
lovely.
Oh shit!
Thank you very much, everyone. Slightly different session today.
I'm just
Very
imagining,
exciting.
like, this Stormcast Eternal suddenly, like, teleporting into the area, accidentally inside somebody, and it just exploding. Like,
I was thinking, if we hadn't seen the body, that would have been my thought.
yeah.
God.
Oh dear.
Thank you very
Wow.
much for joining, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Hang around
Thank you for being
after
here.
the goodbyes, because I am going to fulfill the role of cat treatery. But yes, outros.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. I've been Luke. I've been your GM. I am Rook and Roll on Twitter. I can't think of anything. Oh, actually, I've got a film out. I've got a
Oh,
little
you
film.
do. You do have a film out. Post a link to the film in
let me
chat.
find it. One sec.
It's a legit film. It's so cool.
Yeah, I made me and some friends in the before times, before like the pandemic and stuff. Me and some friends made a short film called The Devil's Dice. It is a short horror themed. It's a short horror film, kind of loosely based on the sort of satanic panic, rolling demon dice and turning you. It's very TTRPG inspired, as you will notice from my performance in it. And it is online and free, and you can watch it. It's right there. It's like 4 minutes long, and it's daft fun. Yeah, so that's ICU ICU.com. But yeah, that's what I've got to plug. Toki?
I'll go last. Go on.
Okay. Sophie.
I am at SopB on Twitter. I don't really have anything to plug. I just get angry about things on there. And sometimes retweet nice things too. So yeah.
And Emma?
I am Emma.Underwood, just generally, but also on TikTok, where I now make general nerd content, DMing/GMing advice. And as of like today, I'm writing a book for NaNoWriMo to start with.
Nice.
And if I publish it, you'll all be the first to know. Probably not true, but you'll be one of the people to know. So
Awesome.
Lovely.
that's me.
That's exciting.
And finally, myself, you know where to find me. I am here. Tomorrow we are doing our usual Grim Dawnery, but then from Thursday through until next Thursday, we're going to be streaming nearly every single day because we have been granted access to an up-and-coming MMO called Lost Ark. It looks incredible. It's a little bit Diablo. It's a little bit Path of Exile. It looks so cool. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to play it. I've been so hyped for it for so long, and I can't believe I've been given access to it early because it's not out until next May. But yeah, hype. I'll let you guys chat away for a little bit. I will be back momentarily with a cat because cat needs a treat. Back momentarily. I'm back. I bring cat. Oh, he spotted the treats. He spotted the treats. Hang on, let's do that. Oh no, I am not. Yeah, sod it. Right, let's just have to do it in here. And yes, you can see the treats. I know. Treat.
What is the cat's name?
This is Figaro, aka Figgy.
Oh.
He is my. Ooh.
Oh.
He is derpy.
God, I wish I was a cat.
You wish you were a cat?
Yeah, like more often than not lately.
Okay.
Oop, nope, you dropped it. I got it.
Just like, not like a stray cat, but like an indoor cat that is like, like ideally like dual income.
Last one.
Millennial, no kids household.
So, like Figgy.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
Who's just like absolutely spoiled rotten.
Yeah.
So like Figgy.
Yeah.
Fun fact, if you subscribe to me on Twitch, you get the Figgy emote.
Aww.
Which is...
I think I am subscribed to you on...
That one.
I don't have Twitch open during our sessions because it's like ended up breaking my Discord quite a few times so that I can't actually see.
That's fun.
And even like, are we still on camera?
We are, very briefly.
Oh, good.
Just remember, I had to do because someone paid in chat to give the cat a treat, so I gave the cat a treat.
Give the cat a treat.
It is a thing. Anyway, on account of the fact that Emma thought we were gone, let's go.
See you later, everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye tomorrow.
Bye.
And that's the wrong button. That's the right button. Cheers, guys. Bye.